I've come very early this year to King's Meadow Nature Reserve, and these are the first orchids I've come across at the bottom of the site, and these have completely unspotted leaves and look to me just like southern marsh orchids. Haven't seen any spotted orchids yet. This plant is quite a bit lighter in colour and the flower's a bit smaller. It could be a southern marsh orchid, but I wouldn't like to be sure about that. And here's another plant, looks to me much like a pale coloured southern marsh orchid. The flowers aren't folded back. And some of the other flowers growing here. This one grows in great quantities. It's called common mignonette, and it's in a family with weld, which is also growing on this site, but a bit later blooming. And there are extensive beds of these common field forget-me-nots all over the site here. Sometimes you can see beds of blue in a distance. There are also many of these very small white flowers growing here. I think they may be a plant called fairy flax, but I don't know for sure. There's a group of 3 flowers there. Hope you can see them. There's a bit of glare on my screen at the moment. And here we have creeping cinquefoil, a common plant on bare ground, and I think all these plants are nibbled short by the rabbits, and that's what keeps this location in good condition. And more of this small white flowered plant here. Once again, I hope you can actually see it, because I can't see it on my screen. And we've got some mouse ears growing here, along with a small 5-flowered white flowered plant, and a really outstanding and eye-catching bed of wild pansies growing here. It's the annual variety, but they do come up every year from seed, which is nice. And from a distance you can see quite a large bed of sheep's sorrel, which is in the dock family, and it's very common in growing on acid soil and bare ground, but I don't know for sure that this is an acid soil. If you look at the flowers, they're very much like dock flowers, and they're in the same family. They produce oxalic acid. The leaves are quite sharp if you taste them, but I'm not going to do on this occasion. And we've got large clumps of hoary cress with these white flowers here. Really, really outstanding and eye-catching. These aren't believed to be native to the British Isles, but they have naturalized themselves over the last few hundred years here, and they are beautiful. This bed of common stalkspill, or Erodium cicutarium, has been nibbled back by the rabbits, and it's like a beautiful alpine plant here really. It's fascinating to see it, and it's pretty common around Nottingham, but there's only one patch of it on this site here. This beautiful plant is mouse-ear hawkweed, and it stands out from the other dandelion-like flowers because the flowers are more lemon yellow than bright yellow. They're not quite as dazzling, but they've got a nice colour to them. You can tell it's a mouse-ear hawkweed because the leaves at the base are really very hairy and quite small, from which a single flower emerges. So that's mouse-ear hawkweed. And you can see a bed of these hawkweeds just coming into flower now. As I say, the leaves are very small, and if you look at the bud, you can see that It has a kind of reddish colour to it before it opens. Anyway, this is King's Meadow Nature Reserve. I'll be back in here for a few weeks to look at the orchids and see how they're developing. Guelder rose here on the side, very attractive. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.